Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of 44 Stack. My name is Kelsey Coop Charles. Along with me, I got West Coast Dave and Antonio Brother Long Long. Fellas, how we doing today? Or this
Intelligent,
evening?
Man,
intelligent.
All right.
it's a little chilly in South Cac, man. This
Man,
rain,
it's cold here too.
man. I heard y'all had snow last week. You ain't say that
Yes,
last week when we did SGP.
we had we had a little bit up here. They had really bad down the hill though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so yeah, they got it. This first time it snowed this year.
Okay, cool.
Don't keep
We
that up
had
there with
twice.
y'all, man, because eggs already too high to be going to get.
Man,
Yeah, yeah, we had it twice here. So we still hanging in there. Though.
Oh, you got
It got a
you
little
got
cold.
another bout coming. You might well look for that.
Man, this weather don't know what it want to do, but it is what it is.
Yeah. So before we get into this thing, I just want to throw this out here right now. First of all, and we're gonna do it again on SGP too. But first of all, for my nephews, uh, Dave, Donovan, and Junior, doing great things, looking great, doing great things. Tip did a wonderful job with them boys. Uh, I guess you contributed a little bit there, but just knowing their mom, I'm quite sure. She has instilled in them boys some great things, and they daddy all right too, because that's my brother. He is one of the family. Even though his last name is Bahal, he is along as well, because if you eat at my grandmama's house, you family.
straight out the cornbread bread pot. I
Yep.
ain't even put it in a plate. I ain't put it in a napkin. It was straight out the pot in my hand to my mouth. It never failed. I didn't need
Look
no
at
utensils. I ain't need nothing but to stick that pot. We play that game, Kels. We have all
Uh-huh.
it done. As soon as you walked in, I saw that pot and that cornbread, and I started eating. You ain't never
Yeah,
had
that's
that.
good. That's good eating right there for sure.
Hey, oh
For
my
sure.
goodness.
look at that was his thing, and all he would do is, hey man, Nancy, keep going. That's
Hey
all
man,
he would do. But the other thing I want to highlight, like I say, we're gonna highlight the boys again on SGP, but want to highlight uh, folks that listen to this know we are all about community, and that's the thing that we try to stress more than anything else: community and culture. Um, Very disappointed in a lot of the stuff that I've seen this week, and we're gonna get more into it as we go. But we got to stop tearing each other down. Period. We got to be uplifting regardless of what the situation is. And if you don't realize and understand that this is the proper time to come together, y'all ain't never gonna get it. I'm just gonna be real. Y'all ain't gonna never get it. If you don't understand, we need to be together now more so than any other time. Probably more so than any other time, even going back to the 50s and 60s. We need to be together on this. So we're gonna get more into that, but just want to put that out there right now before the foolishness start, because the foolishness is coming. Y'all want to start with the Super Bowl, or y'all want to get basketball out the way?
let's get basketball out the way.
All right. So let's start with college basketball. On Sunday, the Lady Gamecocks traveled to Austin, Texas.
Hmm.
Uh, Lost their second game of the year. They've now
Hmm.
lost 2 games in the year, more games than they've lost in the last 3 years. So we have Ashlyn Watkins out for the rest of the year with a knee injury. Um, Texas took it to him. Carolina didn't shoot
Texas,
the ball great.
Texas has some trees down there too. Now, there's one thing I will say. Dawn has always had some big girls down low. She really don't have that this year. She's got what's my girl from Camden,
She got
freshman.
Joyce Edwards,
Yeah, Joyce is what, about 6'2", 6'3", if that.
6'3". She's 6'3".
Yeah, but that's a small 6'3" compared to those trees they had in Texas, man. But there's no excuse. But I'm gonna give it back to you. But at no point during that game that I feel that South Carolina was out of it. I mean, they didn't look like they were on point, but you got to think about it. From what we've seen in the past, even them not being on point is still better than most people's best. So I really wasn't worried. I was shocked because I turned away from it. I said, "Oh, Carolina got this." And I started watching bowling, but I turned back when they lost. But I don't think it's time to hit the panic button yet. But Dawn's got to, she's got to address some things for sure.
what I think we're seeing is it's starting to be more parity in girls basketball. We are used to a girls team when they dominate. They generally just dominate. UConn, Tennessee back in the day, South Carolina right now. But it's always been acceptable for a dude team to have 8, 9 losses, get hot in the tournament, and you win the title. But for girls, we're so used to dominance. Sometimes it seems as though we pay attention to that regular season win-loss record more than we pay attention. Did you get hot at the right time? Now, generally, it's been that dominant team that has done that. But with more parity, more NIL in basketball, you're going to see like Tennessee and UConn the other night. That was a great basketball game. They went and then Tennessee closed it out at the end. And you're going to see this more and more. You're going to have, and I like it, you're going to have girls teams now walking into the tournament with 5 to 8 losses maybe. And now you got to coach and then get on that hot run like a boys team does and get that, hit that Final Four and then put up your banner. And I don't, I'm with you. I don't think it's time to panic. I just think that you're starting to see things just a little more sprinkled out, across the ecosystem in girls college basketball. And it's great. It's better that we're watching this than them 100 to 30 scores we used to get, back in the day when it was just, you didn't even want to watch the game because it was just so dominant things. And now, pretty much conference to conference, you still get some of those. But once it gets in conference play, it's looking like games, they stay tight and elastic. And it's not that, you might have one of them, but it's not like it used to be. So,
well, looking at it this year, I think they're probably at this point right now. Now, UCLA looks like the dominant women's team this year. Lauren Betts is going to be a handful and a half. Southern Cal is going to do well. UConn is going to do well. The Gamecocks are going to do well. Notre Dame and probably Louisville or North Carolina State out of the ACC is going to do well. So, the parity is there. I think with Carolina, it's a little – you're so used to Carolina having a big that can dominate consistently. And because they don't have that right now, not saying that Joyce Edwards can't blossom into that, but when you have that and the inconsistency in shooting, that's what really did them in against Texas Sunday. They couldn't shoot outside.
What's my girl name from Texas? Not last name start with O, but the other one. She was just setting up in the post, spinning, doing whatever she wanted to do down there.
Yeah, because she knew that there's no more Camila Cardozo.
Cardozo was 6'7".
Yeah, and see, don't have that right now, and even when she goes inside, it's a struggle. Not because Joyce Edwards doesn't have the skill set. It's a struggle because you collapse on that, especially when they're not hitting outside shots. So that's going to be
exactly.
And I think when the tournament gets here, seeding is going to mean a whole lot for a lot of teams because the longer you can avoid UCLA, the better it's going to be. And then Monday night is going to say a whole lot. Monday night is Carolina and UConn Monday night. That's going to say a whole lot about probably who's going to take the East #1 and who's going to take the South #1 at that point. So that's going to be a game to watch. Tennessee, I feel like for the first time since Pat was forced to retire, I feel like Tennessee is right there. If they get back to what they used to be, it's going to be an exciting tournament. Texas is going to be good.
Tennessee's a streaky team because you can't count them out. No lead is safe for Tennessee from what I've seen. No lead.
Honestly, they swarm. I like how their defense.
They play.
They are swarming.
They play swarming defense. The thing that kind of worries me about Carolina will probably win the regular season. SEC tournament might give them a problem. SEC tournament might give them a problem, and it's only because that's typically where that's where they have stumbled before they get to the big tournament. Most of the time is in the SEC tournament. Now it's in Greenville again, but I just see that being, the outside shooting got to be more consistent. Defense is there because that game wasn't terribly defended because it was in the 60s. But at the same time, if you not putting the ball in the basket, you ain't gonna win. That's the whole goal of basketball. So, and that's what
They're
happened.
just gonna have to. Yeah, they'll probably have to penetrate and get the bigs of the other teams in trouble. For a while, they can do it, but they're gonna have to get them big girls in foul trouble. That's the only way.
You know, that's the other thing too. I think not to criticize Dawn, but her rotation. Who gonna play point guard? That's part of what the biggest issue is. Who's gonna play point guard? Because there are times it is Pow and Flo Wiley. There are times it's Pow and Johnson. If you got all three of them out there, who takes control, who does whatever, that's going to be a thing. Because just like in men's basketball, if you ain't got a point guard, you're going to struggle now.
Yeah, I think Pow and Flo Wiley more scores. Let Johnson run the show. That's my personal opinion.
That's what I think too. All right.
And I think what you said too, T, about the 3-point shooting, I think that's going to show up in the tournament.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be what I think that is going to put them hopefully over the top. Yeah.
Well, if they get the 1 seed, you already know they're going to put North Carolina in the same bracket with them because they never not in the same bracket. It's almost like it's a foregone conclusion when you get tournament time. North Carolina got to play South Carolina in the tournament. You already know that. Considering where Duke is right now, Duke will probably get wherever they're at too. So, I mean, to get to that point, even if they give you a fairly mid bracket, you still got to go through them. Thing they don't want to do is lose early in the SEC tournament and then get placed at a 2 seed, which they shouldn't, but you know how it goes. And you go somewhere where you really, really don't need to be, like going up north or going out west, because they will put you against UCLA early.
Early.
All right.
Yeah.
Clemson upset Duke over the weekend.
All right. Well, I'm gonna ask this question: are we buying that stock yet?
No.
Are they legit?
No. The thing I'm gonna tell you, I don't dislike Brad Brownell. I don't like the way it always seems like he does this every year now since he's been there. He beats Duke or he beats Carolina or he beats Virginia out of nowhere.
Both of them this week.
I know, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And you do it out of nowhere, and then the next thing you know, they're going on a losing streak. You're like, what the devil going on? Y'all been doing good all year. And it still baffles my mind that the Gamecocks beat them back in December. And I'm like, how you lost the deal? You know? It's some when Oliver Purnell was there, you could see Clemson on the rise. You know, now they still wasn't at the level to be consistent with Duke and Carolina, but you could see it was on the rise. With Brownell got 1 game away from the Final Four last year, y'all, and it's still something. Just when you look at them, you like something ain't there. Now they got up for Duke, but everybody. Anytime you play Duke and Carolina, if you grew up in the South, you understand the significance of playing Duke and Carolina. You're going to get up for that. I've seen bad basketball teams play them well in their building. Now, if they go to Cameron, it's a straight blowout. But
they beat them in Cameron last year, didn't they?
They beat them in Cameron last year. But you got to remember, they was ranked in the 25 the whole year last year. But I never could get my head around, and they beat Carolina for the first time in Chapel Hill last year, and I could never get wrapped around my head. Is Clemson really this good? And I'm at a loss. I don't know if they really are that good. I feel like
they're good enough to be a second weekend team. That's what I think. Second weekend team.
Yeah. Because I kind of feel like they probably early seed. They probably are 8-9. I don't see them more than that.
Yeah.
Probably 8-9.
Well, it depends on that running ACC tournament too.
Yeah.
They can get to it, and they look like a Friday team. Friday, Saturday.
Saturday.
Friday, Saturday team. So that is really what's going to be it for them. What they do in the tournament.
Well, and like I say,
they get them away from that 8-9, though, is what I'm saying.
Well, the thing is, if they could get to a 6-5 or a 6, that's going to put them in a better situation, and it might keep them from going that far out west. Because I think they always get the short end of the stick because they always got to go out west when tournament time starts, just because they're fourth or fifth in the ACC most of the time. And you're never going to get close to home when you're in that situation. But seeing as how North Carolina is struggling, I think it's a real good opportunity for them to get in the upper echelon of the tournament. UConn stinks this year, so you can pretty much put it on. Everybody's hyping up the SEC in basketball. I don't see Auburn winning the championship. I don't see Alabama winning the championship. Because tournament basketball is different than regular season basketball.
Regular season. Yeah, that's true.
But really, the men's tournament is completely wide open. So,
yeah, I think my favorite is Houston right now, and that's just picking something.
Well,
it ain't like I'm convinced that it's Houston. I'm just picking something. Yeah.
It's Kevin Sampson. I mean, when you put it, Izzo gonna make his run because you already know that's what Izzo does. But I don't see anyone in the Big Ten that's worthy.
No.
I haven't seen anybody out west that's worthy. So more than likely, it's gonna be Big East, ACC, or SEC. And like I say, if it's the SEC, I could see this is a year where Calipari will pull it off and get Arkansas in there, and they ain't gonna do nothing. Kentucky, I still ain't sold on them.
Me either.
So maybe Florida. And Dave, guess who Florida's point guard is?
I know it. I saw him play. They beat North Carolina. But I don't. What is it in relation to?
Richard. That's Helen Barber's son.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, that's Helen Barber's son.
Yeah. Well, that's all their system though. That's in their DNA. They like K-Dot. That's in their DNA.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying that is her son. So you already know how that goes. So we will, we'll pay attention to that. We'll get a little deeper in that. Let's go to the NBA right quick before we get into the Super Bowl. Before I get to this story first.
Street clothes.
I'm already laughing, man. Street clothes.
I told you last week we wanted to trade. I don't know why nobody else don't want to hear that.
Before we get to that,
but you got to admit, that was a good 3 quarters, though. That was a good 3 quarters.
That's out of money.
No, I mean, come on, man. Can you be that flimsy? You cannot be that flimsy.
Cannot make it up, T.
Bruh, you played. Ain't nobody touch you. Ain't nobody did nothing. And the first thing came across Saturday night was multiple weeks. Quarter. I'm like, how you multiple weeks? You ain't did nothing.
That is amazing to me, man.
I don't even know what you could give
conditioning coach.
Is it goat milk or something? Is it something out there you can get in, man? Look here. You got some super soldier serum or something. He needs something, bro.
I just don't understand. It just as soon as he get going, boom, he gone.
I mean,
every time.
You didn't play 2/3 of your season and had a bitter problem. Soon as you get to Dallas, you blow a tie. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Yeah.
You can't make this up.
And if he was healthy, They could actually do something if he was healthy, but he's never gonna stay healthy.
Well, then as soon as he get healthy, the other one ain't gonna be healthy. Kyrie
gonna get hurt.
Got 2 people that as soon as he get healthy, the other one ain't gonna be healthy.
You're right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Now,
like with that one, I don't know what to tell you.
I hate to sound like the old man in the sea, but I got to say it like this here. When we were growing up, okay, when a star went out, he had a broke foot, broke leg, broke his wrist, stuff like that. These fellas have soft tissue injuries. Are they not on a weight regimen or anything? What are
I
they
think
doing?
that's a trade-off now. They leave it up to the players, and they just don't have it. They just don't have the conditioning. They don't practice that. I mean, it takes something to get there and stay there, but I don't think they're doing it. They can't be.
With the
I
money
love
that they
have a
have,
soft tissue injury.
Yeah.
seriously, with the money that they have,
Mm-hmm.
you should never be out of shape.
Nope.
You should never be hurt because you got someone to work on you 24 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, these boys can. Michael Jordan, and I know we compare everybody to Jordan, but Michael Jordan would stay up all night, gamble, smoke, get up, play 18, 36 holes of golf, come drop 40 on your head. Come on, man. What's the difference?
Early in his career, he broke his foot, right? Because I
He
remember
broke his
hearing that
foot
story.
in rookie year. Well,
Yeah,
second year. Second
and
year.
they didn't want him to play, but he tricked them into letting him play because he wanted to play. There's no way you keeping him out of the game. He loved the game that much. It's in it.
But at the same time, he wasn't gonna win.
No, but he wanted to play.
But he wanted to play. I think that's one of the biggest things wrong with the NBA. There's no want to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There is no I'm paid. I ain't worried about it. There's no want to. If you
Well, I think D Wade said it best. I saw a clip of him talking, and like he was telling like at the 75, he was down there. Him and Steph, they was happy to be there, and Isaiah down there, and he just see them cats. They really didn't like each other, so they wanted to play. They wanted to go at each other hard. Now that's why he said the older generation didn't like their generation, and their generation don't like the new generation because everybody friends. Back in the day, you didn't have no friends. You be friends later, but not during the game. No, I heard
But
your boy say
they
from
made
football.
it, the industry made it that way.
no.
Because you never saw your opponent till you got to college or pro. Now,
Yeah.
because like my older son did the AAU thing, man, they all in Nevada together. I mean, they all are around each other. Once you are dubbed, like you can play a little bit, you will be in that circle and of course you're going to go to different colleges, NBA, but you are friends because you are traveling together all, and that AAU, I don't know, like if you ever, that is one of the most grueling, dumbest things ever invented. And they're friends because that's all what you gonna do when kids get around each other? They gonna play, but at the end, what they gonna do? They gonna play.
They'll be friends.
You know what I'm saying? They have been around each other since they've been 8. So when you're around each other at 8 and basketball over, what you gonna do? Go to the playground and play.
That's it.
Yeah, and then you're all friends because the industry has done it this way, and it's parents too. Parents, I watch this. Once a kid is paid good in one sport, they shut down the rest of the sports.
Right.
And this is on parents, and that's why I say blaming the kids. No, who raised you? Let's go back to that. As soon as they are dubbed the pitcher, I saw this with my own eyes. I knew he was going to burn out. The dude from San Francisco, Lincecum, because he was from here.
Yeah.
His dad, he was 5'6", all love maybe 140, but he fire. But you knew that couldn't sustain because his dad started him doing that peg that like up in Bellingham. And that's all he did. He got his 2-3 side yards. I think he got a World Series, right?
He got 3.
He got okay. Now he got his fame, but it stopped at 28, 29.
Yeah.
He threw his arm out.
His arm was gone.
Yeah, once they are paid, they don't let him play no other sport. And so that to me, what you are seeing is are stress injuries. If all you do is play basketball and you're left-handed, I got to figure out how I jump. Off your right foot, the other way, you jump off your left foot. Because I watch right-handed people all the time. I'm left-handed. I forget how the hell I'm supposed to operate. You watch, it's stress fractures, man. And you're doing repeatedly the same thing. And AD is part of that generation probably. As soon as he was paid, that's all he did was play basketball.
Well,
and they just getting these injuries over and over and over. Where Mike, he quit basketball and go play baseball.
His love was baseball, yeah.
Well, but here's the thing about AD. It's 2 things with AD that we kind of don't bring up. AD was a point guard up until about the 11th grade because he was only 6'1".
Yep, 6'1". Yep.
His 11th grade summer, he sprouted. 9 inches.
Mm-hmm.
And you get a growth spurt like that, automatically your body is out of whack. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like how I think it was a little better when we were growing up. Some of us stopped growing maybe, 15, 16, and didn't, if you did anything, you got wide, you didn't get tall. Uh, I think that's part of the issue, but then part of the other issue, Dave, I totally agree with you on this. We all played 3 sports all the time. Your body, if you play the same thing over and over, and I've told Skeet this too, I think that's what happened to Asia. When Asia was playing basketball and volleyball, I don't think she had any issues. But when she focused solely on volleyball the whole time, all of that jumping up and down is what messed her knees up.
Yeah.
Now, I will say, and I'm a little biased on this, but when she was playing basketball, the girl could play. She could ball. I wanted her to stay with basketball, but some things went out sometimes. But everybody that grew up in our generation, when whatever season it was what you played. And when that changed, and it's changed probably in the last 20 years, where it's been more of a focus. And I've heard Dr. James Andrews say he's doing more Tommy Johns on kids that's 12, 13 years old. And I'll be honest, right here up the road from us, I look at these kids, they out there year round throwing baseball, play. Man, your body ain't built for that, man.
No.
And the word theory. And take it from somebody who has broken their arm throwing a baseball. Your arm is not made for that stress over and over and over and over.
I got a different theory, man. I know it's going to be an unpopular opinion, but kids don't go outside no more. That's the biggest problem.
What that do?
I mean, yeah. I mean, they play sports, but not like we were growing up. We did a little bit of everything. It don't matter what season you was in or whatever. We did some dumb stuff outside. I mean, we were just outside all the time. So, I mean, you were running, you were jumping, you doing everything. You had a full body workout every day.
Yeah. Well, literally, I have come off the baseball field, take off my cleats, put on my sneaks, and played 4 or 5 games of basketball before it got dark.
That's what I'm saying.
What I'm saying? So I understand that totally. You know what I mean? And I mean playing a 9-inning baseball game and go out there and show out on the basketball court.
That's your conditioning.
That was my condition, but I never stopped though. I mean, even when we were playing basketball in season, okay, Saturday and Sunday, either you was at my house or you was over to Dave's house or whatever, and we were tearing down the rim there.
Exactly.
It was always something to do as far as what you was going to do during that particular time. And then, Lord, don't talk about the summer. I mean, you might start at 1 o'clock.
That's all day. Yeah.
Because even though you had video games, you were still outside though. You had video games on, so you were still outside.
Yeah.
I mean, you were always doing something, always moving.
You was always doing something, and I think we got to get back to that. And I don't know how, because I mean, you do that because you got fellas that play together. I'm a firm believer you need to play the street ball game anyway. AAU is all well and fine, but that it don't teach you the fundamentals. And you get beat down by a grown man, you'll learn real quick what you can and what you cannot do. You get snatched out the air by a grown man,
and you better not call foul.
Better not.
Man, you better not call foul. And see, that was the days like Killian now, right? How it looks and all that. It ain't look nothing like that when I was growing up. It was woods, and they had that rec center, and that's where
one McDonald's.
David Anderson, Elgin, stepdad used to take us to go play basketball on Sundays over there because he played inside there. They had all them courts. And man, you just played until you passed out.
Right.
You played. You got you some Gatorade after that. You came back to Ridgeway or wherever you was going, and just you played basketball from sun up to sundown. Them courts,
everybody was there.
Now you go out and look at a rec basketball court or some kind of recreation center. Ain't nobody playing.
Ain't nobody there.
Nope.
Ain't nobody there, bro.
Nobody.
And even if it is somebody there, they ain't doing. I mean, most of them trying to be step and shooting from half court. Ain't nobody trying to do half court jump shot, bro. You ain't hit no
So
with us.
you going down to the hole.
Look here,
Yes.
if you take one jump shot and it don't be close to the rim, don't you shoot that ball no
That's
more.
it.
And remember, wasn't no taking it back. You better go get your rebound and go right back because your game was one, nobody was taking jump shots, so you was there to get your rebound anyway.
Right.
And it wasn't no taking it back. You better go get a rebound. That was it. You want to shoot, go get a rebound.
Yeah, because your teammates look at you like, what you doing?
Exactly.
All right. So we didn't talk about street clothes. The other thing we want to talk about, Ben Simmons got a buyout from the Nets. Doesn't really matter.
How you still in it? How you still in the NBA? But anyway, that's another story. Go ahead, finish up.
He going to the Clippers, man. And do the Clippers just collect fellas that don't play basketball? Is that what the Clippers do, man? Because Kawhi ain't playing. You go get a fella that is universally not playing, and you go and you still got James Harden. That's all I need to say right there. We'll leave that one where it is. All-Star break coming up. Trade deadline has finished. Who you think is going to come out the West and the East as it stands right now?
OKC out the West.
Boy, that's a long pause there. Y'all got me concerned.
Because I don't believe in OKC and Houston. I still don't. It's just like last year to me. OKC was this good last year, and they were out. I don't believe they are too little. They are tall, but they are so small. That when they play teams, like they just get moved.
Like Denver.
They are like last year the best. I'm not convinced on them in a playoff series. Regular season, because this is where I think with the NBA now, T, you brought up a good point to bring back, is if you try enough, you're going to have a good regular season record. And then if you got some good players, right, like they do, you're going to have an incredible regular season record. But this era we're in doesn't dictate, except Boston, I'm going to leave Celtics out, doesn't dictate playoff success. Like, I look at Houston and OKC literally, and I can see every team in the West in a 7-game series giving them fire or maybe even winning against them. Just because when it's a 7-game series, you start to bang. You start to then scout. And that's what happened to them last. You start to get displaced because weight is just weight over a while. And they, to me, got it up. They got to get their weight up. The old saying, they got to get their weight up because it's just in the playoffs. They just too skinny to make it to me. I just don't trust them in the playoffs. I can see Denver. Let me go look at this. I got Denver out the West. In a 7-game series, I can see Denver being either one.
As long as Denver don't have to play Minnesota, I say yes.
Yes, but I'm talking about
Minnesota.
But the top 2 seeds are Houston and OKC.
I know,
and that is just I don't trust that, man. I just don't trust that right now.
Memphis is the 3 seed right now. Memphis is the 3 seed. If they can stay there and they can
John can stay healthy, do we believe in that?
That part.
That's the hard part for me, T. I love him. But I believe in him to stay healthy.
I know.
If he stay out the hair, he'll be all right. But I don't think
he ain't doing as much as he did a few years ago. He's learned when to take the dunk, when to take the layup. He's not taking as many hits as he had been. But my biggest issue with them is, can they make a big shot when it's necessary? And that's the only problem I got with them. And in the East, I know the Knicks look good. Everybody's right. But this is a Thibodeau team, bro. Somebody gonna break down because they've been playing hard all year.
Boston
that whooping sad tonight that Boston put on them kind of.
That shows you they are of no concern to the set because Brunson and the N and Hart and all of them, Cat don't even really play down there.
No.
Boston, you are so undersized and again so out physical that game looked like you know how you say something start off ass whooping and end ass whooping. That's how that game started. And then when they let him get him close, they just started playing with him.
Well,
Like
Yeah.
just like Jaylen Brown was telling Brunson, man, even if I'm gonna let you shoot and get the ball off, but I'm tall enough and got enough athleticism, I'm just slapping out there anyway.
right,
Yeah.
right, and that's gonna be the thing for them all year. Now, the only team I can see that probably could, as constructed now, if Kuzma does not get hurt and Giannis don't get hurt,
Yeah.
Milwaukee can match
Milwaukee.
up with them. If Milwaukee can match up with them, that's a 7-game series. Now
But
that Miami has
though,
disbanded,
yeah, pretty much. But
Yeah, now that
defensively,
Miami has
Milwaukee got enough.
disbanded, you can get away with that right now because like I say, the Knicks second round at most. At most.
Y'all no belief in Cleveland at all?
They gotta prove it.
Yeah, that's another one I gotta see.
You gotta prove it, man.
I think they have more potential than like the OKC, and because Donovan Mitchell got some, he got stripes.
Well, I didn't like them.
The Mobley boys, they are, and Jared Allen. Y'all remember the boxing game with the dude with the fro on the front for Sega? Whatever that. Don't Jared Allen remind you of that cat?
That's him.
NBA Jam.
That's him, man. That's him.
NBA Jam.
That Sega game, but it was the boxing game from back in the day. Yeah,
Stretch off NBA Jams all day long.
I'm gonna tell you I didn't like that they traded away Karis LeVert because I thought he was integral to what they did.
I didn't know they got rid of.
They got rid of him. He was like the last 30 minutes of the trade deadline. But the thing again, like I say, the thing with Cleveland got to prove that they can do it. We know Boston can do it. We know Milwaukee has the potential to do it. Now I'm gonna go off on my team just because I'm so sick of Joel Embiid. It is ridiculous. Joel Embiid is the most. Him and Anthony Davis could have a child together, and that child would break apart into Dr. Arms. That's just how bad them two is, man.
Greg Oden. They would have Greg Oden.
No, man, I give Greg Oden better opportunity than this. Embiid has been the biggest. It has been 10 years of the process, man. I'm sick of him. Get him up out of there. I'm so sick of him, man. I'm a Philly fan. This is the only team in Philadelphia I cheer for. Because I fell in love when I was young with Dr. J. When Iverson was there, I knew he was a one-man team. I didn't care. He gave me great thrills, man. Embiid
gave you hope.
Embiid don't give me nothing but, man, my foot hurt, my leg hurt. Man, get off my team, man. Build around Tyrese Maxey. Huh?
You got to go to Maxey. You got to go to Maxey.
That's what I'm saying. Build around Tyrese. But here go the other thing. Then you did what Embiid wanted, and you bought PG there, and it ain't helping. It ain't helping.
Did he play the other night when they played? I
don't even know, man. Because you know what? I can't even watch them. Man. Because if I watch them, and the first thing I see is if Embiid do play or anybody else, soon as y'all start jacking threes, I gotta stop watching. Because why you 7 foot tall? If you don't get your head down on that block,
you know he ain't.
Nah, he don't play like that. He don't play.
Let me tell you, Joel Embiid.
And then last night, though, why he decided that he was gonna do it? He faked the three last night. Decide, okay, I'm gonna go down here tonight. And the shit just dribble off the side. I say, do it, Joel.
Bro, they are the
most. Man.
When Anthony Edwards said, that they're the most skilled generation. Y'all ain't got no skill. Y'all can dribble. That's all y'all can do. Okay? In open court. But as Jaylen Brown demonstrates every time he plays, he cannot dribble, okay?
No.
He cannot.
But older generation,
the reason why they go, my bad, Kel. Go ahead, man.
No, I was just saying that the older generation, they dribble when necessary. They didn't do all that. I mean, they had a high basketball IQ. They were fundamentally sound. They made the passes they needed to make, and they played ball the right way. Now it's all about self and brain. They're just showing off. Yeah, athleticism, yeah, you got it, but you don't have a basketball IQ.
Well, it was crazy. Junior did a study on that and found that there's no difference in athleticism. It's just what you try. It's the
Well, true.
imagination
True.
evolved. It's not the athleticism. It's the it's a good little that much. It's just imagination. What you think about as a humans, because our minds that we start to imagine more. And as you evolve, that's the part of being, and you just imagine more and more as time goes on. Like in the 1800s, they couldn't imagine a plane. But then come the boys, 1900s, they could imagine a plane. So they went about what they could imagine. And so take it to dunks, take it to anything. The imagination opens up. So you see Mike double pump it with one hand. Well, somebody said, well, maybe I can jump high enough and take it between the legs like Zach LaVine and then go. But Dr. J could do that. All of them that was athletic could do it.
Yeah.
It's just you didn't imagine doing it because it wasn't a thought.
It wasn't creative enough. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just a different time. You just didn't think because for them too, they didn't pay enough money to where it was just basketball. So imagination comes along based on idle time. And they didn't have the idle time to up the imagination. They had to go to work and then work.
They were working on their game, man.
And then they had jobs too. Remember when the NBA kind of started?
They had jobs.
And remember the finals used to be on tape delay.
Well,
we never remember until Magic and Bird did that second one. The first one, the second one, all the NBA finals were a tape delay that you watch.
Well, I'll say like this here. People like Cat, people like now Jokic he's a unicorn. I'm not gonna put it because Jokic can go out there and shoot the jumper. Jokic can go down low
and bring you down to the box.
And bring you down low. I don't feel bad about that. But here's the thing that kills me about them sometimes. They keep jacking. If the jump shot ain't falling and I'm taller than anybody else, get your ass on the block.
But what happens is the GM ain't gonna go for that. See, there's a coach in an analytics department now. And if you do that and you don't get to be, and they're going to cut you. They're just going to go look for the next player. It is easy to say that without oversight. Of course you're going to do that if you're going to do it. But there are, like I tell people, and Nico, and I love it, the governor for the Mavericks, and Nico is finding out. There are people behind decisions, right? And you got to be held accountable. Same thing with this team. It's these analytics departments and stuff making these kids do this. If they told a kid and analytics was to flip back and say, hey, on the block is now the most efficient shot, and they do that, and that's what the analytics, they would do it. But the analytics department says that a bad three is better than any two pretty much that you take unless it's a layup. And until that changes,
reward.
Yeah, that's not going to change.
I understand that, but here's the thing. If I can make baskets 2 feet from the basket, why am I shooting 30 feet from the basket?
See, I love the inside game. That's all I love. I don't understand this at all. And I am all of 5'7". But boy, did I love being down there like a 5'7" point.
Now I will say
people don't like the bang.
Yeah.
I understand it.
If you grew up in Ridgeway, you had to bang because we had killers, true killers, out on the court.
You just bang.
And the thing was, man. Dave and my brother, Dave, you hit 5'7"?
Yeah.
Skeet 5'9" Shaq. And the reason why his playground name is 5'9" Shaq, he'd get down low, he'd bang. But he had to learn how to bang because he had to play against me all of his life. I'm 4 inches taller than he is. So every time, so he had to learn, but he had a post game because he knew I got to get the shot up. Because he knew if he shot a jump shot, I ain't gonna get that up because he's gonna put it in the tree.
And there was no taking it back.
Right.
So what you shot,
what you shot.
You better have to play like Moses Malone. Your shot better have to put you in position to get the offensive rebound to get the next shot.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the way it goes.
It kind of goes in what you said with analytics, though, because to me, the prettiest game in the NBA right now is DeMar DeRozan, but he'll never get the credit because he got a beautiful mid game.
They tell him he takes too many mid-range too. Dude is one of them. He is so, but his game and don't. I guess they say analytically and don't compete. I can't understand
Exactly.
this.
Well,
Exactly.
DeMar DeRozan is the modern day Rolando Blackman. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hey, that was my man right there. I used to like you
And Roe Blackman would break you down. Him and Mark Aguirre would kill you in the mid-range, man. That's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. See, that's how we know folks, man. You know, because we knew, okay, he gonna break you down from the elbow extended. Man, don't let him get there because he gonna knock it. He gonna knock it down every time.
Every time.
All right, we're gonna transition to the Super Bowl, and let's go on and put it out there the way it is. The Super Bowl, and we're gonna tie it together as what it was, what we saw. First of all, the Super Bowl was a master class in metaphoric symbolism. That's the first thing I want y'all to
love it. Love it.
Second of all, the Super Bowl was a master class of epic proportions in getting your ass whooped. Because God dog, the Eagles defense.
That front four. It wasn't even funny.
Man, it was. Hey, I thought that play I thought he was dead. Y'all think I'm lying.
When he fumbled,
the way I thought that cat was dead when they went back.
When he fumbled, the first thing come out my mouth was, "Oh Lord, he did."
Oh,
because I know he saw his whole life flash right through his eye because the fumble the fumble was bad enough because it could have got his shoulder. When Jalen Carter slapped the mess out of him, I was, oh my God. I text Dave, I think I text both of y'all and said, him out the game.
Yeah, you did.
Now, because
throw the towel.
Yeah.
And what's going to be terrible is he going to have them worthy touchdowns and all that, but that was the worst quarterback performance I had ever seen. I'm thinking outside of Peyton Manning's punt.
No. Peyton wasn't even that bad, Bo.
The second Super Bowl, now that was some bad.
No. When the Seahawks got him, they didn't get to Peyton. They got to the receiver.
No, I'm not talking about that Super Bowl. The one he won. Remember, the one he won.
Oh, against the Bears?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
No. He was still Peyton for that one. Okay. It was just blitzkrieg.
The Denver
one in Denver.
He won when he was
yeah, so he lost one in Denver against Seattle, and then he won against Carolina.
He won against Carolina. He did that against Carolina.
But when you watch that, Kels, man, that was punts he was throwing. He was throwing like what's that dude that used to throw punts for Pittsburgh? Mark, the quarterback. Mark
Malone.
Yes. He was a joke. I thought he was really funny. See, you know, man, that dude used to throw punts,
bruh. I mean, literally from the first play, and I text Kelsey. They got a meme going around on social media talking about Mahomes need to stop working for State Farm because that mayhem he went through. He should be with Allstate because that mayhem he went through. Because, bro, it was one time he was in the shotgun, and I'm telling you, literally, by the time the ball hit his fingertips, them boys were standing back there like, where you going?
They were with him.
Yeah. Oh, man. And see, he wasn't. Now, flip that. He's not athletic enough to get out that A-gap blitz and go straight like Jalen Hurts did, right? Remember when they tried that? Well, they had the whole damn team. He is fast enough to get through that. Mahomes ain't got that. So when that A-gap, like I said, it kind of reminded me of the Sue Vea. Once that collapses on him, he's just not athletic enough to get out of that. Yeah. He gets destroyed.
Yeah, and he did. He got destroyed.
Look here. He took 12 quarterback hits. That ain't sacks. That's just getting hit. 12 quarterback hits. And one time, I think he got sandwiched in between Brandon Graham and Jalen Carter. And I'm like, oh, Lord, he did.
Yes.
You know how many times I said, oh, Lord, he dead Sunday night? Because
I thought he was dead too, man.
It was a couple times there. I was like, oh, Lord, get that boy out of the game, y'all.
And I thought that cat was through.
And you know, the thing about it, when he played bad against y'all, Dave, a few years ago, you could say, Todd Bowles bringing the blitz. Big
There was no
Fangio
blitz.
didn't blitz not one
Nope.
time.
Not
Nope.
one time. Not one time.
Not once.
They couldn't.
That was a class.
They couldn't stop
Yeah.
Walter.
No. And the sad part about it, the whole team was rattled because you got to think about it. When have you seen Newcastle drop a wide open pass?
I've never seen Nuke drop a pass.
I don't even know what that was. Did he try to catch it with his elbow?
I don't know what it was. I've never seen Nuke drop a football. I've seen people throw bad passes to Nuke. I've never seen it. If it touches his hand, he catch the ball. So that let me know then. I was like, oh, these boys shot, bro.
They shook.
It looked like he was throwing balls like his dad. Like he was throwing grounders.
Like he was throwing grounders, man.
Yeah, and he looked like he was.
Oh, man.
His dad was throwing grounders, man. Every time that shit was skipping. Like, he was. I'm telling you, man, I thought it was Patrick Mahomes Sr.
Oh, my God.
Except minus the crackhead look and the rest of it. I thought that was Patrick Mahomes Sr.
Yeah, he threw one at Kelsey right by the left.
Right
side.
Yeah.
What about that one he threw by Hopkins? I'm telling you, it would have been perfect for his Lake Monticello or Lake Waterloo or something like that where you can skip that rock. Yeah. He threw a perfect rock skip on the left hash. It skipped 2 hashes and went up. No, it was perfect. Like I said, if that was Monticello, Watery, or any of that, that would have been perfect.
Bruh.
But the thing about it though is he didn't have anybody to throw it to because you got to think about it. They were getting pressure with 4, so they dropped it 7. They wouldn't need the linebackers. I mean, who are you gonna throw it to?
Well, when he threw the interception and when they were down by the end zone and he threw the interception, I'm like, bruh, you don't normally make that pass. And it was almost like, and nobody was around it. He started seeing stuff because after you done got hit long enough, you start seeing, oh Lord, they coming this way, they coming this way.
Hey, Steve Howard, Lord. Look at what you got us into. That is what his Patrick Mahomes brain did to Steve Harvey on the Apollo. Al Big Mouth about to get my right here, knock the hell out. That's it right there.
Yeah, and that's what it was too.
What's the name? Mitch
Blood Green.
Miss Green, yeah.
Hey, Mahomes turned into Mitch Green. Lord.
Bruh. They couldn't run the football. Oh, well, I ain't gonna say they couldn't run the football. They didn't attempt to run the football. They came out with
one dude was making.
It was a bad game plan, man.
They down by 40, but he's still hyped. What was his name?
Who were they? It wasn't Worthy.
Who was it?
I think it was Jordan Reed, wasn't it? Wasn't it Reed?
That's it.
Yeah, it was Reed.
That is a perfect scoreboard time.
Yeah.
But it's just now Xavier Worthy, I give him credit. He did the best that he could. But Lord knows, little boy, all your stuff got to be downfield because but Travis Kelce, we can pretty much say I don't want to hear no more comparisons to Tony Gonzalez.
No.
I don't even want to hear no comparisons to the polar bear because he ain't Gronk, okay? No. If he come back next year, he need to retire.
If he comes now, he won't go back to KC next year.
They'll bring him back. They ain't gonna let him go, man. Travis Kelce is the type player you let him go out
on his own terms.
On his own terms, you ain't gonna get rid of him like that. Now, my thing is this here. When the draft comes, Kansas City need 2 tackles, a tight end, a fullback. They need a fullback.
They can't leave that man out there without a left tackle like that.
No, it was a massacre because you don't have a left tackle, and
no, you can't leave that man because that's the blind side. And you know what though? They were just the blind side though, Dave. They were saying the tackle, but really it was that A gap.
It was Jalen Carter.
Yeah, when Jalen and old boy like that stunt that they was doing from both of them was doing it. They just took turns.
Yeah.
And it was, man, they were just confused, man.
Them boys, first of all, Jalen Carter, for some reason, they couldn't block Jalen Carter, okay?
No.
I don't know why. I don't know what. Jalen Carter was a prime candidate. I need to make sure you don't disrupt my passing game.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say this here. That was the best defensive performance I have seen since the 85 Bears.
Yeah.
Because
they took a page
Josh
out of their
Sweat,
playbook.
Josh Sweat ain't played like that when he was in college, man. Josh Sweat played above himself. Now Jalen Carter always been a man amongst boys. But Josh Sweat, you already knew Brandon Graham was gonna make a play at some point during the game because it's Brandon Graham. Okay. But for them just to say, all right, we gonna play zone behind this because we ain't got to worry. He ain't gonna have time.
Ain't worry about nothing. Ain't worry about nothing. Nothing.
He ain't had time for do nothing, bro.
Yeah, I think
that was a whooping. That was the man. The game was a whooping. Drake took a whooping. We're
gonna get into that.
Not during that game, man.
We're gonna get into that one, but put a bow on Mahomes before we talk about the Eagles, because we gotta talk about the Eagles Eagles at some point. They put a bow on Mahomes. If I'm Pat Mahomes, when we got back to Kansas City, me and Andy got to have a long conversation. Okay, I need some things. Okay, Kansas City defense, I'm not putting nothing on them because they did an outstanding job from stopping Saquon from doing Saquon type thing. They did an outstanding job.
But what they did,
it was a decoy though.
When we get to them, KC did do that, but when they saw that Jalen could beat them over the top, they never adjusted out of that. And at a certain point, I'm putting it out there for y'all. You saw what he was doing in the first half. Okay, they stopped Saquon. He had no problem running himself or passing, right? And you're not stopping that at all. No. And at the end, you're also not moving the ball at all offensively. So defense may have been your only kind of thing to hold or just keep something to brand from bursting, but they never made the next adjustment, which is, how do we play a base defense? Now, you can't account for everything, right? I'm not saying that. But how do you play a base defense to where you are better prepared and you're just not one-on-one because you know you ain't got nobody to stay with Brown on that outside? I mean, what's he going to buy? He ain't going to buy anybody out there.
I thought.
I mean, that's out to the form. I just don't know. I didn't see an adjustment.
Now, I'm going to be honest. I knew they were going to stack the box to keep to stop the run. I kind of felt like Trent McDuffie would have did okay against Brown. And I thought Ward would have did pretty good against Devontae. Well, after they ran past him, that let me know then that plan that went out the window right there.
And then when they did the pad out team, did you see the space separation?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he had his pick of who he wanted to throw it to. Yeah.
The other thing was, I forgot, and it's on me. I forgot the Eagles got a tight end that can play pretty good too. Dallas Goedert is a great tight end. Okay.
And halftime running back.
And that's right. And halftime running back. So here's the other issue. He hit McKinnon down the side. That should have told you right there. This defense ain't gonna work. Because when McKinnon got past, not McKinnon, is that McKinnon? Dotson. Yeah, Dotson. When Dotson got past for the first touchdown, that should have told you right there. And he in the slot. He ran a wheel route down there, and he hit him perfectly. Now, Jalen always could throw the football. I remember that back and forth, that classic back and forth between him and Deshaun Watson, Clemson and Alabama, when Nick Saban said, man, we got to do something. And Nick kicked this onside kick. He had to do something, man, because he already knew, man, we had to do something because they wasn't going to stop them boys. That was what it was Sunday night.
And also on Philly's end too, the way they just made Chris Jones not exist. I mean, the most I knew about him was watching him on the sideline ranting and raving, but no plays. I don't know about y'all, but he was non-existent to me in that game.
Look at it.
And he got a network on too. Yeah.
Well, man, that
Because he don't
was
like
his pride
he
hurt.
don't like the tush push.
Look at that was his pride hurt. That's
Tell
what
him
that
he
was.
need to go talk to Tank because Tank know about the tush push,
Right.
so he can train him. My bad.
Well, I mean, but at the same time, you got to feel like
that was too much, man.
Yeah,
It don't matter.
it was, man. It was, man. But we, anyway, proud of Jalen for this, just because, now they can get off his back a little bit. He won a Super Bowl. He did what he was supposed to do.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that chain for a second, though, man? And we get back to it, man. But Jalen Carter chain. I mean, Jalen Hurts chain.
What about it, man?
Hey, that's a nice piece, man.
I mean, bro, when I got a contract 255, I'm supposed to have something nice now,
So
and then also you got to remember, Jalen think he our age, okay?
Well, he got the can go, yeah.
Jalen think he our age, man.
His whole team is black Delta women.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Right. That's his whole management. That's true.
Yep.
That's true.
Shout out to that too.
Yeah. Well, my thing with my thing with Jalen also is, everybody worry about. We've said all year, and that's been the theme of 44 Stack. If you can run the football and make the passes when you need to, and play defense, you gonna win, no matter what level of football you are at. Okay. And what we saw and demonstrated Sunday night lets you know. I don't care how inflated the passing numbers get in this league. If you can get behind, if you can run and knock people down and hit them, you gonna say, ouch, man. And Mahomes, look here. I know it was a couple times Brittany was up there. Lord, I hope his insurance paid up. Cause Lord, they gonna kill my husband. Cause they was definitely trying to kill that boy. Kermit the Frog.
He'll be all right.
Kermit the Frog went down, man. It was like Gonzo was after him. When Gonzo put on that helmet, Gonzo. That's how they was, man. It was Gonzo after him, man. It was ridiculous. The whole night was ridiculous. The game was over.
Running when you're supposed to, right?
Right.
Another thing, adjustments.
Right.
When the second half, they started the all-out blitz. He went straight down the field. He let it go by and straight down the field.
Straight down the field.
As soon as he started Lamar, and now I'm of that thing is stop this all looking up. You know what they used to say, and I'm just putting it out there, may not be the thing anymore. Keep your head up and look for the pass.
No.
Now, I don't know if you can do that no more because these defensive players are getting nasty, like you said.
Yeah.
And I think once you decide to run, run, Joe, run. You got to run.
Exactly.
I just, there's no more doing this because you will get blasted now.
I know it was Sunday, but I broke out an old hymn Sunday. I'm running for my life. Running for my...
There it is.
Because, they didn't even, did they pinch Jalen at any point during the night?
No, not really.
So the Chiefs need to get a defensive tackle.
In 2 Super Bowls. He just lost 38-35.
Right.
If you go look, he outplayed him in that Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah. The turnover is what did them in 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So really looking at going into next year, honestly, and I'll go ahead and put this out here right now. Because the champion always starts the year off. I want to see Commanders, Eagles, first game of the year. If we don't get Commanders and Eagles, who else can we get? Packers, Eagles, Rams, Eagles.
Yeah.
Detroit, Eagles.
Nah.
You saw that already, right? That's what I saw.
Ain't no need seeing your boy cry already, boy.
I want to see Rams.
That's the only reason why. That's the only reason why I wanted to see. I want Dan to start crying his ass off from game 1.
Afrobeat. Yeah, I said the Rams Eagles would be a good one.
Yeah,
because I think honestly, I feel like the Rams. Had it not been snowing, had that game been played in Los Angeles, or had it not been snowing, I think it would have been a closer game.
Yeah.
Because the Rams did have few opportunities there to hang with the Eagles. So yes, I would like to see that. Now I know we got the new
And
rivalry.
they checked the coach box. You know how I feel about the coach on that.
I know.
They checked the coach box on that one too. So
yeah,
he'll make adjustments.
because you know Dave love all coaches except one, but you know how that go. You know, because he was happy that he was crying. Because why? He gonna cry. He gonna cry in the car.
And there was two things I love: watching him cry and them kids go home. Yeah, I said that too. I'm saying everything, America. It's how I'm feeling tonight. Them kids going home and taking the tush push.
Oh my God! No, let's talk about the other highlight of the night now. I'm very upset with some folks, and I've seen a lot of social media. Social media has been hot this week. I'm just gonna be honest. Black folks, I expected the mother people not to understand what was going on. But black folks, I'm really mad with y'all. For those of you all that still hollering, we needed to see Wayne. Something wrong with y'all. There was no way we needed to see Wayne. I don't care if we was in New Orleans. It didn't matter. I would have rather seen Master P and Mystical live from the prison that he in right now, singing, make him say, I would have rather seen Silk the Shocker if that was the case. I got a treat Sunday night because I know we was already then messed the whole game up when I saw Uncle Sam come out there, and I know I said it's over.
We were just talking about that too, y'all.
We just said it.
Crazy how we was just talking about
it. Everything that we talked about on SGP
that
before
is
it
crazy,
happened,
man.
it came true Sunday night. Kendrick, for those of you all that don't understand, let me put it in layman's terms for y'all. Sunday night was a big middle finger to America and to Drake. That was the whole purpose. This man, and I said it in all my posts since Sunday, this man is so diabolical.
He mean, man. He just mean.
No, bro.
He don't forget nothing. He don't forget nothing.
No, you can't use mean. That's too easy of a word to use. You got to say it like it is. That boy diabolical, bro. Because soon as you saw it, you knew what it was. Oh, this is for you, America, how you have treated us over the last 400 years. And this is for you, Drake, just to let you know I ain't done with you yet.
Yes. And I love how we are sticking to no DEI, because having dancers other than Black people would have been DEI hires.
Right.
So I like this. We also kept with the theme that America is going with, no DEI hires. So because we know that the others have to count when they hip hop and we just dance, we did not want to go down the DEI route. So for those who were left out, you were supposed to be left out because the law now says we should not have DEI. And guess what, America? We can do it too. Thank you. And we did it on the biggest stage, on the biggest TV show, on the biggest thing that's going to be watched this year. So we also can do DEI and do this thing too. We got some power. Just remember that.
I knew he was going to come with something ridiculous. I just didn't realize it was going to be a whole Super Bowl show trolling America and Drake.
I love it. Say, this safe now. You're doing it. Don't you, and then it hit.
I'm like, what? I mean, it was when I say this, and I'm not being joking, I'm being serious when I say this. Truly was a metaphor, a masterclass in metaphoric symbolism, because the whole entire show was a symbol. Okay, it represented so many different layers of the trials and tribulations that we go through in America, and then at the same time, he pointed the finger. All of it went to the same boy at the same time, just to let you know, I ain't done with you yet, boy.
Yeah.
That's genius level. that look here. I put Kendrick right now in the upper echelon of evil villains. Okay, he is Darth Vader. He is Cobra Commander. He is Skeletor. He is
Mm-mm.
Mumra.
He just K dot.
Mumra.
He is Megatron.
He hit him with the
He just
Mumra.
K dot.
He is Mumra. Bruh.
That's the Mumra. Yes, sir.
He is Mumra. I have never to be that. How petty do you have to be that you bring out not one, but two of your exes
Who your exes? Mm-hmm.
to troll you?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. And
Yeah.
then for those of you that ain't got sense, and I said this Sunday night, y'all talking about, oh, that was boring, that was the worst show. Everything ain't got to be about twerking.
Well, no, you got to be immersed in what it was. Yeah.
Wait, is it the others or is it we?
No,
people?
it was us.
It was everybody.
It was
everybody.
us.
It was everybody.
Us. They were talking about, oh, that was a boring
I don't
boring
read
halftime.
that. Yeah, see that I
Because they wanted to see. But let me tell you, let me tell you the symbolism of that though. Serena was out there fully clothed, doing the crip walk. Mm-hmm. Then they talking about why she crip walking. Where's she from?
She from Compton.
SZA come out there, sang her beautiful heart out. SZA was fully dressed.
And K Dot had it was a 90s. Actually, it was just 90s or time things. And if you see also that whole what you say twerking thing at the time that we see that is actually starting to roll back to the 90s stuff. Because when you look now across, it's going the 90s is coming back. Girls are actually putting on more clothes. And when you go Michaela Andrews was that thing she had on Saturday night. Yeah. That was straight 90s.
Yeah.
My wife even had that blazer. That is a straight 90s outfit right there, man. I'm like, she's straight 90s on that game.
Yep. What day? Let's put it like this here. We graduated in the 90s. We had one of the baddest high school bands of all time. Was our girls naked? Fully clothed. But would make you be like, That's the thing.
Naked stuff ain't starting until what? Little Kim, 96.
Yeah, most bands back then, I guess what they called them Champagne Girls. No, they wasn't doing that back then.
Well, I mean, remember because y'all remember Boss, the lady, the female.
Yeah, the Boss. Yeah.
She died last year, but I mean, Boss, that's who used to rise to the top. You know, back then, Yo-Yo, don't mess it. And they had on. We talked about it on
Latifah. Yeah.
Latifah and all of them. They don't go.
Light, yeah, all of them. Yeah.
Light used to dress like a dude all the time. And look at it. We used to look at him and be like, oh yeah. I'll do that.
Mean, even with Salt and Pepper and Pushing and all that, they still had on clothes.
They still had clothes on. Yeah.
Well, they had on the nice leather jackets and bodysuits, so that's always cool. You know, anytime you put that on, that's always gonna catch our eye because you know that's what we grew up on. You know, but the thing is, I've seen some outspoken upper echelon black folks, Stephen A. and what's old fat boy Whitlock, yeah. Jay and the Brown say he look like Magilla Gorilla, but you know.
No, that is Ruckus. That is the living embodiment
of Ruckus.
Ruckus.
Yeah, that's Ruckus. You know.
If that ain't Ruckus on the dock.
That's Ruckus. Anybody that don't know who Ruckus is, go watch Boondocks. Because that is truly Ruckus. But the thing is to denigrate black folks for the great things that they do. And I've seen some other podcasting folks say some things that I really been like, y'all didn't even get the point of it in the first place. Now I can understand the stars not getting the point of it because that's what they do anyway. They troll. They don't like us. They don't like themselves. That's why they talk like they talk. Because if Stephen A. like this self, he'll cut that thing off and get bald like the rest of us.
My whole thing behind this is when you look at halftime show or different things, I understand it's the biggest stage, biggest game, but at the same time, you ask these artists to come on, and they do this for a living. It's their freedom of expression. It's the way they express themselves. So allow them to do that, and everything's not gonna be for everybody. I mean, I'm pretty sure even like with Rihanna, I mean, with Snoop Dogg and all those stuff. I mean, yeah, those big names, but I'm pretty sure there's just many people that didn't like that. Even when Beyonce did hers at Houston, you're always going to have people that's going to hate. But
It's
the thing about it is they're creatives. It's what they do. You invited them out there, and to me, it's not a thing to take it in. Well, I don't like this, I don't like that. To me, it's open your mind up to the possibilities to see because there is some truth in all music. To me, anyway.
It's true.
Because
Anybody that
it's
make
like you just
music
said,
tells the truth,
yeah,
man. Anybody that
it's
does art tells the truth.
there's a level of vulnerability in all of it. So
you take it.
the
He
thing,
might be the one to bring it back. You're dealing with. There's always that change agent, right?
exactly,
And he's
exactly,
going to be the change agent to get us back to the lyrics, back to when we made Self-Destruction,
Yeah.
X Clan. We took a deeper
yeah,
look, Paris,
yeah,
The Devil Made Me
mhm,
Do, all of that. And there has to be one to take it back to that, right? And I think we got somebody who has, because they also have to have commercial appeal, right? If nobody listens,
exactly,
I mean, you can be spitting knowledge, but if ain't nobody said, and I think he's the one that it starts that grassroots change because
hmm
he's a black hippie and for all sense and purposes. And I just think like I was telling Hut now, y'all living on the West Coast and listening to what they listen to versus what gets exported to
Right.
us.
hmm
And like I told her, there's a cat named Keek the Sneak. I don't know if you ever. Keek the Sneak gets more play around here than probably anybody I know on the real. Oakland,
hmm
E40. That whole
yeah,
icy thing. What we
hmm
get exported is like Jamar say that the cat that I know down here in Rainier Beach. It's commercial. They
yeah,
listen to in West Coast and what cats are crip walking to though. That is a
hmm
total. That's like Sneak. That's like
yeah,
Banks. Not Too Short, but Banks, the other one. And y'all need to do your homework if you don't know who Aunt Banks is. He's the other,
yeah,
founder.
yeah. But
Those
it's
are the
you're
people.
you're immersed in the culture over there. Yeah, we
Yeah,
only
and
get
it's like
we get the
you
dress
said
up part.
they
You get the
attack
culture.
Big Cass. He
hmm
rap over he's from he rap over the Biggie beat freestyle. For
hmm
them are the people they listen to. It ain't Snoop really and what is commercially exported to us.
No,
And
music is
K
regional.
Dot is somebody they listen to. And when you get it out to folk like from us, because we so used to gangster with West
hmm
Coast music, we don't understand it.
No,
Like
it's
somebody who
regional.
was a banger in West Coast, like from the South, because it was what we were getting was the fake. All we was getting is the thug, the F the
Yeah.
police, and all of that. We
hmm
Yeah.
never got Razzcast, for example.
Right.
All
Never
right.
got
Yeah.
Sales of Funky Homo Sapien.
Yeah.
Don't make
hmm
me I ain't mean to take it, but we
No.
never
No.
got exploited that, right? Or the
Right.
lynch mob, who was
Right.
spitting
Exactly.
political knowledge. And so in that, when these cats like the Hutch and them hear it, that ain't like their West Coast, because it's supposed to be banging and busting. And them the
hmm
people our age that is the what you're talking about, they can't understand. There could be an art and still be unapologetically West Coast. Because that's what
Exactly.
that album is.
Well,
Yeah.
well, again, for those of you that haven't listened to GNX, I will say again, another masterclass in the combination of what he's always been, which is he's a commercial act with a conscience.
Right.
That's the best way to put it. Now, Dave, you brought up a good point. Now, for us true hip hop heads in the South, we fell in love with Too Short at an early age just because it was something different. We always,
Way
I
different.
think for us, we always fall in love with what's different because we are from the South.
Yep.
Because all of our stuff until the explosion of Atlanta music, all of our stuff had to come from someplace else until we got to that point.
But
So
that's just for rap, though. I think you just have to be, I guess, open to expand your mind to different things. I mean, we've all talked about it on the podcast. Everybody has a wide
yeah,
listening array of music. But I mean, yeah, speaking of rap, yeah, I understand what you're saying, but yeah, it's
well,
just if you really love something, it has no boundaries.
right. And then just like we said last week on SGP about, we are musically, inclined to listen to multiple different genres of music because that's how we've been conditioned. These kids, these youngsters, Gen X, Gen Z, and millennials, they've been conditioned to listen to one type of music, and they don't deviate. And if you did deviate, you were called out because of the fact you like this person. When we were growing up, it didn't matter who you listened to because it was all music and it was all love. As long as it was good, because I can go someplace and I can bump New Shoes, I can bump the Eurythmics, I can bump Hall and Oates, same way I can bump the Gap Band, Earth, Wind and Fire. Everybody gonna have a good time, and ain't nobody gonna trip about it, man. And that's the thing. That's the difference. You have to understand. But for the people that are deep, what I think Sunday Night did, and I'm gonna kill it right here after this him. What I think Sunday Night did, it reawakened the consciousness of Black America.
Yeah.
Because it opened us up back to what we was in 87, 88, 89. It showed us, hey, we deep on so many different levels. That there was a poem to America, whether America realized it or not. Sunday Night was a poem to America. Better open your eyes.
This one is sustained because Jeru the Damager, Talib, they had their little 3 year, but it didn't set, right? No. They still lyrically, and it was conscious, but it just didn't. I mean, and Most Def, like T, how we say,
Most Def.
I've heard Most and Pharoah Marshall's song together. Oh no, and Mathematics. I don't even know what that is a hard list to do, man. What do you like? I can't say Most can't go against nobody. I can put Most in any cipher, and he go. But
Most go against everybody.
I just hope that it sticks more than with like that Dead Prayers. That Jeru and Talib in them and Common, it came in there with that,
Common
with the light and all that. I just hope it is a longer sustain this time.
All of that is Ruckus Records, if you actually think about it. All of that is Ruckus.
Jay Dilla, shout out.
Even before Ruckus, you still had KRS-One, you had Public Enemy. You had Rakim, you had People always think that Big Daddy Kane just rapped about women and
no.
Daddy Kane. But see, that's the younger group. That's the younger group. That's the younger group. I'm telling you, we know what Kane represents. Okay, we understand it.
Yeah.
But again, what I'm saying is, there's two things that happen, and Jason Whitlock said that he didn't think that America was going to receive Kendrick's show that great. It's the most watched Super Bowl halftime show of all time. So that tell you right there. Now, record companies, you want to make money, it's what you need to be pushing. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, man did 15 minutes. You didn't see no booty shaking, you didn't see no twerking, you didn't hear no woman saying that not the way. There's no sexy reds. You heard
no hitting them with the booty meat. Nope, none of that.
And this is the other thing. The first couple of minutes when he was standing on the hood, that was freestyle. That ain't on no album. That ain't nowhere. That was him coming off his dome.
That is a foreign concept.
That's freestyling.
But Dre did say, I don't do no freestyling. I grew up to myself, not around no apartment. Yeah, so I may have overstated the freestyle part there. Shout out to Free Stacks.
But this is something that nobody brought up, and I'm gonna say this here. How do y'all think Jay felt seeing that take place Sunday night? Was he justified for what for his decision?
Jay is petty as hell.
I know
Jay was happy. I know. Yes, I even go by yes. Yes, he was happy with all of that. Yes.
It was, again, from you took out, and not saying that America is our enemy, because it's not. We love America. I don't want nobody to dispute the fact that we don't, but we're not afraid to not call out what y'all have done to us all these years. See, the difference between us and prior groups and generations is we're not afraid to say what's on our mind. And you see, some of us, you really, really, Kendrick is the prime example of if you let us talk, because all of us ain't dumb, all of us ain't street. We can talk with some sense. And what you saw Sunday night was, man, true masterclass. And then you put the OG, the man that we look up to more than anything, and he became Uncle Sam. Come on, man.
The
Uncle
biggest
Sam
box
had
office.
so many meanings. It was so
The
many
biggest box office.
meanings, man.
That was crazy. We were just talking about that.
As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, it's over. I ain't had to even see the rest of the show. I already knew it's over. You put Sam Jackson in an Uncle Sam outfit and he called himself Uncle Sam.
Uncle Sam.
That was already had took America by storm right there. Okay. Now, all the references to Drake, let me just say, I'm not one to sit here and say I can't stand your music, because I like your music. You've done a great job.
See the ball at the wrong tree at the wrong time.
Stop, bruh. Stop.
Now,
Don't do this.
Y'all know I only know one Drake song.
Which one is that?
About the one where he got all the black women in the video, where he got Tracy Ellis Ross.
Oh, the one
what the Black Panther, the girl from Black Panther in it.
Yeah.
It's got the New Orleans bounce.
Yeah.
Play
the Lauryn Hill song. The Lauryn Hill sample.
Like for what? Like
for what? That's what it is. For what?
For what? Yeah.
That's the only song. That's the only song. But that's probably that's probably his biggest commercial success too now. Okay. Other than Cell Phone. That's probably his two biggest successes. But no, Cell Phone won a Grammy. So I would say Cell Phone. But the thing about it, and I'm telling him, purely and simply, stop, man. It don't matter what your level is or whatever. You digging a hole that you ain't gonna be able to get out of now.
If he would have just stopped. Like I say, we all know after Easter, Jay, right?
Yeah.
If you just stop, he got me. Jay has not lost where he is in hip hop. Nas is where he is. Jay lost that battle. Ether is a straight. If it's the fourth best this song, because ain't no subliminal. You ain't got to guess who he talking about.
It's a verb now.
Oh, not you. The way that shit come on. When I first heard Ether, man, when I first heard Ether, I don't even, man, I got so crunk when I first heard Ether.
It's a verb now. You got Ether. You got Moss, you got Ether.
But what did Jay do? He took the loss and continued on, and we don't take him nowhere. Biggie pop. Biggie he got hit up. Of course, they are dead, but really, he lived a second after that, and nobody. But Biggie still considered the king of New York, whatever they consider him. So if you just shut the hell up and take your L and move, you can't do what you did, Drake, and you can't do what Ja Rule did. Keep talking.
No,
because those two careers are over because Ja kept talking.
Well, the two most pettiest people, and they two are the closest friends. That's the thing. 50 and Kendrick, leave them too long, man, because they is petty on a different level.
Yeah,
we're not even getting another season of BMF now.
You know why? You took a picture. You took a picture with his arch enemy. Don't do that.
We'll never know what happened now.
We'll never know what happened to the end of BMF now, man. Because 50, and this is the thing. The more you talk, the more 50 is gonna bring out. And 50 is ruthless.
And you know he ain't scared of nobody.
50 got mad with Puffy 10 years ago, man. And he been writing this documentary for 10 years. When 50 dropped this documentary on Netflix, man, we gonna know everything that didn't happen. That's probably what's gonna put Puffy under the jail when it's done. But I said it back in 1996, because I told you, what the situation was. I ain't never met him a day in my life, and I know.
Puff.
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't get me started. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. All he is a career destroyer. That has been his MO for years and years. Where's Toto? Somebody tell me where Toto is.
No, you ain't got to go that far. Where's Uptown right now? Everybody that started with Uptown.
Dead, except one.
Al B.
Al B. That's why I been said it. If Mary wasn't smart enough to get away from him, she'd be dead too.
She ain't smart enough to get away from him.
Look here, I guarantee. Look here, I guarantee you. She ain't put no money on his books. I bet you that.
You don't know. Hey, I would not be shocked because I have said this. There are some people you underestimate that all they know is pain. And if they don't have it, life ain't regular for them. And so they seek out disruption and stuff like that. That's Mary. I don't give a damn what nobody say. She keep making these same songs again with the same dude. Like this dude did a wrong just like KC, like every other dude. That ain't, and sometimes it ain't me, it's you. All I'm saying, I love Mary. You know how I feel. But it would not shock me because she is addicted to toxicity. That's how she wrote. I think that's the only, and you underestimate how people, that's all they know. And when stuff get going too good, like Reese Bobby and Talladega Nights, Reese said, man, this going too good. He got kicked out of Applebee's. He can't take when stuff is cold. He went down there to Daytona 500, got tickets from Ricky. What did he do? He had to scalp him because that's just too easy to go watch your son do what you told him to go. And you said, oh, Rick, I was drunk and high when I said that. Hell, you can finish second, third, fourth. You can even finish fifth. You know, when you tell him that if you don't finish first, you finish last.
I know, man.
Yeah, but hey, married and probably laced the hell out of them books. There you go.
I mean,
married, and now this.
Look here. Kelsey, I'm just going to be real on this here. That was probably one of the best soliloquies we have had in the 5 years that we've been podcasting, just because the boy spoke truth right there. I can't take nothing from him on that because he said she's addicted to toxicity. That's almighty mercy, boy.
Now you wouldn't be around it no more. You just try to, but no, the next man, the same thing. The next man, the same thing. I tell you what, at a certain point, you got to stop, get yourself healthy, then go get somebody else, man or woman. I ain't even, like I said, I'm not even doing the man. If you're a man and you keep complaining that, you know, the song Bees ain't, well, you got to ask yourself, how come you keep meeting these ones that ain't crap? What? Why are you constantly in the environment of bees ain't this but and tricks? I can't understand it. Wouldn't you leave that club and maybe go to a club where the people ain't at? I mean,
leave Mary there.
That's all you gotta do, right?
Music like that. She makes some fire music like that. Leave Mary right there. She makes some good music.
The music's fine.
Like,
the music's fine.
Dude, like when dudes make a blanket statement, man, these women ain't crap. Where you be? Who you see?
Where you at?
Wait, who are your friends, dog? You need a hug? You proud you this man? You proud you talking about that you can't get no ass?
Change the environment. Change the environment.
Male and female. Like I said, I just don't understand it.
Bruh.
Like, why are you at that club? And there's other clubs. If all the girls there are what you just told me when you came out and they ain't hitting on nothing, they all stuck up. Are they stuck up or they just don't like your ass? You gotta ask
go
yourself.
Somewhere else. There's somebody out there for everybody.
They just don't like you. It is not
exactly.
It's you. They just don't maybe like you. They not stuck up. You ain't offering shit they want to listen to or hear. That don't mean you stuck up. It means she don't like you.
What Martin Mama told Evelyn? Evelyn, if everywhere you go smells like 2-day-old collard green in his shoes. There you go. There you go. That's
I understand,
there
man.
you go.
Okay. I mean, you can't follow that, bro.
What they say on Boondocks, wouldn't you get up if somebody was in your face? Ain't that what Riley said?
That's what Riley said.
Wasn't you? Riley stupid as hell.
First of all,
Riley, and some things are
Riley
just
give you life lessons, man.
Yeah, just leave. Go, move. Why are you at that spot? Everybody you meet like that, dog, you got issues. I don't need to be around you, really. So, yeah, then you start blowing my hot. Yeah, then that's really, we got to separate. Yeah, you got to break up as friends.
Okay, Mr. Dubois.
Man, I'm telling you, man.
Oh, Lord, Riley. Oh, Lord, Riley. If somebody's standing there and they peeing, shouldn't that tell you to move? If she stayed there, obviously she liked it.
Oh, man, that is a fool, man.
Whoa, Riley will have you die.
No, I don't want you to tell me what's going to happen, because every time you tell me what's going to happen, you remember the fundraiser when they was trying to sell them candy bars?
Sell them candy bars.
No, I don't need you to tell me what's going to happen, because every time you tell me what's going to happen, you know you're going to take that money and give it to somebody, right? No. Riley is so bad. That dude's stupid, man. Man, now he said Jedi's got special abilities. These ninjas is remember that line? With Debo played the dude. He said, man, why y'all ain't never got strawberry milk?
Look here. There are certain TV shows that Boondocks. What old boy Hank Hill and his people.
Oh yeah.
They will have you die.
Oh man.
And the one that started it all, honestly, Beavis and Butthead.
They did. Man, SNL had a Beavis and Butthead skit.
Oh, that's the funniest thing in the
world. Did you see that, man? You don't see that dude back there looking like Beavis?
He looked jealous. And Keenan couldn't keep it together, man.
I couldn't keep it together. Oh, man. Yeah.
Look here. Y'all, tonight has been a great ending to the Super Bowl show, just because of the fact it's been so. I don't know about y'all, but I have been on an extra high all week just because of what I saw Sunday night. The destruction and mayhem that was unleashed by the Eagles defense.
Oh man!
As someone who loves football and loves to see good defense, the mayhem that was unleashed on Patrick Mahomes.
Man, and I don't hate Patrick.
I don't hate him. It's just the point of
no.
Nobody saw that coming, man.
No, you couldn't have scripted
that. Yeah.
Nobody saw that coming. I had no idea them boys could play defense like that because I hadn't seen it all year. They were like 11 ferocious tigers.
They were like what the Detroit Lions should have saved up for at the end of the year.
There you go. Yeah.
That's what they should have did. The Detroit Lions should have saved up, and you did that for 15 games. Whatever they play, 17 games.
17 games.
16 because 17 they ran out of gas. Yeah, 16 because 17 they didn't do it. They was out of gas.
There you go. Yep, you're right. Yep, you're right, Kel. Yep.
I mean, bro, it is. I mean, it honestly, yeah. Week 17 when they lost to the Bears, that's where it showed up at for Detroit. And they ain't had nothing left with 2 weeks off. They ain't had nothing left because Washington went in there and totally destroyed them. Yeah. So that's where we are in the NFL. This is not the last episode of 44 Stack for the year. We will be hiatusing it for about a month, just to talk about by the time the close of the NBA. And as we start getting into draft time,
episode? Oh, okay, gotcha. Yep, my bad.
Start getting into draft time, we'll get 44 Stack. It goes to once a month at that point, and then we'll probably take the summer off on 44 Stack and keep SGP going because I think we're on a roll with SGP because I can't wait to the next show. For those of you that listen to both, Top 10 rappers. This ought to be good. This ought to be
Mm-hmm.
good. Because we already see we didn't already took a left turn already.
Yeah.
I don't know about y'all. I started on mine. I'm telling you right now, I got 10. We're gonna do 10. But
Yeah.
I got something. It's hard to get to 10, bro.
It's hard to get to 10. And the crazy thing is the 10, when I did it, and me, because Tech was listening to it right when I was trying to do the 10.
Right.
And the 10 are the 10 that really who I thought it's more of the 10 or the 10 who I thought the 10 would be. With 2 additions. But the 10 ended up being what I thought it would be. Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I'm gonna tell you. Now 1, 2, and 3, no problem. 4 through 10 is a problem.
Yeah. Give me 1, 2, and 3 ain't a
4 through 10.
Yeah.
Because you gotta weigh influence, lyricism, production. I'm just gonna say it like that.
All 3. Yeah.
All 3. You gotta weigh all that.
Who did the most? Yeah.
It's a dog fight to get 4 through 10, man, because you're knocking some people out that really need to be there. But then when you think about it, you're like, So I'm pleasantly waiting to see how that goes. But as far as finishing up this here, there's one more thing. We got a couple more things to finish up before we finish up for football. The Saints did hire Kellen Moore yesterday. Saints in a bad salary cap. I think they $70 million over the cap.
Yeah.
So he's starting at a disadvantage. But one thing we know, the Saints does have good players all the way across the roster. They just need somebody to put it together. Now, I figure it won't be no time soon. And honestly, the NFC South has went from being one of the worst divisions in football to probably in the next couple of years one of the best divisions in football, because I can see Tampa still hanging on.
More consistent. I don't
Consistent.
know if it's best. Yeah, I think it's more consistent. Because I think the best teams are still in the West and the East.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, the best teams in the West and the East. But the thing gonna be, I can see the Panthers. I'm going on record right now. Panthers gonna make the playoffs this year.
Yeah, Panthers good.
I ain't say how. Say they were gonna win the South. I didn't say. I say they're gonna make the playoffs. I think the Falcons have an opportunity to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
I still think Tampa has an opportunity to make the playoffs. My biggest thing is gonna be what can the Panthers do in free agency and the draft. The Falcons, I ain't no Raheem Morris fan, but they got a quarterback, so I'm hoping they put something around him. Well, offensively, they got enough. Defensively,
they're good. Defensive, that's going to be the thing, because they long in the tooth on defense.
Penix, we got to watch, because I watched him. He is not the most athletic dude. And what I want to see in a full season is do teams tee off on him, because Michigan did it.
Yeah.
The last game you saw him full because he's not a runner, and the reason being his knees. I mean, he had both knees pretty much reconstructed. So one thing I want to watch out for in Penix is just he maintained enough mobility and not be Kirk Cousins back there. When they start with his lack of overall mobility, and that's just something the season start. We'll see what happens, but that's one thing I want to pay attention to.
Well, if the Falcons need anything, offensive line. Any team, offensive line is always good. Okay,
yes.
Get you some linemen. I think the Falcons are decent on offense. They need to work on the defense, but anything to protect Penix is the thing, because I think Kirk Cousins March 1st is going to be a roster cut. The question is, who's going to be stupid enough to go get him? Who's going to get Sam Darnold? That's going to be another stupid situation, because if you pay Sam Darnold anything more than $30 million, you need your ass whooped. I'm just gonna be honest.
Well, he only got 10 this year, I think.
Yeah, but he's the number one quarterback free agent. Somebody gonna be stupid and give him money. You already know that.
He will be, if somebody is willing to be, and it'll be a team that's like, we don't like what we see, we want a bridge.
New York.
In the draft.
They don't draft.
I don't know a team like that anymore. Like, I don't know if Kirk Cousins' appeal still holds that. I mean, think about it. The Jets, He ain't going there, right?
I would think Aaron ain't gonna do it just because he trying to rebuild that whole.
And Pete Carroll don't. When he starts young. So Pete Carroll ain't starting with no Kirk Cousins. He don't.
No.
If Kirk Cousins was there, he'd probably be getting his job taken.
Probably. Yeah. Probably.
There, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where is that? I mean, I don't know if he has a place anymore like that.
Tennessee.
Yeah, but
Giants. If they don't get one in the draft.
Giants.
If they don't get him in the draft, if they don't get somebody in the draft.
No, I think Giants draft him.
Yeah.
Giants
if they don't get him in the draft,
quarterback. But here's the thing about the Giants. Don't do nothing stupid.
Yeah.
If you have the opportunity between Cam Ward and Shador, take Cam Ward.
I agree.
Cam Ward is a bigger player.
Yeah.
Both of them Shador is going to be a first round pick, but if you want to be smart,
erratic piece, but he's bigger. I agree.
Right, he's bigger. You need to play in the Northeast. You need a big quarterback,
and that's another thing. You need some size. Yes,
you need a big quarterback. Shador can go to Tennessee. He can go any place in the South or somebody that got a dome. I don't see Shador playing consistently outside because if he do, Shador probably got to put on 10 to 15 pounds to play in the NFL anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the big and Shador is mobile. Shador is not fast.
Right.
So can you put on 10 to 15 pounds and still keep your mobility? Down here in Charlotte right now, we got two superstars of the Panthers franchise beefing. Steve Smith is pretty mad with Cam at this point. But in a way, I'm kind of with Steve Smith on this just because Cam said the wrong thing. I understood what Cam was trying to say because you the number one pick, you do go to a losing team, but he shouldn't have never said he had a locker room full of losers because you got to remember something. Steve Smith was there. Steve Smith is a Hall of Famer. Jordan Gross was there. Jordan Gross is a borderline Hall of Famer. Panthers just had some bad luck because they didn't have a quarterback. After the loan basically went down, I mean, they didn't have anything. I understood Cam's premise of he went to a losing team. I wouldn't say that locker room was full of losers because, again, Steve Smith is a Hall of Famer, and even when they was losing, Steve Smith was making plays. So
he put numbers up.
DDT.
The what?
You about to get DDT. Steve Smith gonna knock him out next time you see him.
The next time you see him, look at him.
Steve Smith is an on-site.
It's on site.
Yeah, he's on site.
Yeah, it's on site. You already know this coming. It's on site. And honestly, I'm kind of here for it because I want to see that one.
He gonna jump up because Cam tall.
Yeah, he gonna jump up.
Remember Friday after next when old boy jumped up and popped old boy in the eye.
Oh yeah.
In the check cash and play.
Yeah.
Like that, there you go.
Yeah, that's what he gonna do. That's what he gonna do. Again, we got to bring this up for the Cowboys. Dak and this $90 million cap here. But Dak, Dave, I don't know if you heard this, but Dak said this week after the Super Bowl that he felt like that the Cowboys and Eagles were close to each other as a franchise. And Eagles just won a Super Bowl. So the question was, let me put the question out there so you can understand the concept. With the Commanders rising up this year and making it to the NFC title game and Eagles winning the title and winning the Super Bowl, where do y'all feel like y'all at? And Dak had the audacity to say he thought they was close.
Yeah, I mean, I understand he got to say what he got to say, but
come on, man. That's all I can say on that one. Come on, man.
It is Jerry. Yeah.
Come on, man. Yeah. And then word came out after the Super Bowl Sunday night that the Cowboys were quietly, and obviously it wasn't quiet if it got out after the Super Bowl. Cowboys were quietly trying to shop Michael Parsons. So now that this is out in the atmosphere, what you think Jerry gonna do?
Be on Michael Parsons' podcast next week.
Pretty much.
Michael Parsons, why he trading Michael Parsons, because that's the thing that happens. Watch. Michael Parsons podcast next week gonna feature Jerry Jones talking about why he traded Michael Parsons.
Bruh, how can you cannot pay everybody, bro? I'm sorry, you can't. You can't pay everybody.
But he could if there was no salary cap. But he can't.
But this ain't baseball. This football. We got a hard cap in football. So, bruh, you got $125 million in two players right now. How many people? The salary cap is probably gonna be about $240 million. All right. If you got $125 million locked up in two players, where you gonna get the other 51 from?
Shopping Michaels.
That's it.
Must be super dollar.
I shop that. I let that go. But anyway, that's different.
Ain't nobody taking that deal, bro. Ain't nobody taking that deal.
Somebody take it.
No.
Somebody take it.
And then the last thing, Aaron Glenn made his first important decision in New York. He got rid of Aaron Rodgers.
Glad, rightfully so.
Mm-hmm.
So he already started his tenure off correct. All right. So again, we'll get back with y'all next probably about a month for SGP. I mean for 44 Stack. And then we'll get with y'all top 10 rappers coming up on SGP. Y'all enjoy yourselves.
Peace, America.